Welcome back to the channel World Coins Master everyone to another fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where seemingly ordinary pocket change can hold extraordinary secrets and unimaginable worth. Today, we are going to dive deep into the incredible story of the 1980p 1 dime from the United States, a coin with a face value of just 10 cents but one that has been valued at a staggering $18 million due to its remarkable errors, minting mistakes, and unique mint mark anomalies. This is a story that will not only open your eyes to the hidden treasures that could be lurking in your change jar or coin collection but will also take you into the intriguing world of numismatics, where history, rarity, and human error combine to create pieces of art worth fortunes. The 1980p dime might appear to be just another Roosevelt dime at first glance, but beneath its familiar design lies a world of possibility and mystery. When we talk about coins that are worth millions, it's easy to think of ancient gold coins, rare silver dollars, or historic colonial currency. But the reality is, even modern coins minted just a few decades ago can reach astronomical values if certain factors align perfectly. In the case of this particular 1980p dime, its value comes not from being made of precious metals, but from the quirks of the minting process, the rarity of its surviving examples, and the passionate demand from collectors who are willing to pay extraordinary sums to own a piece of minting history. Let's begin with the basics of the 1980 Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime design was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the previous year. Since then, the basic design has remained consistent, featuring Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse and a torch flanked by olive and oak branches on the reverse. The P mint mark on the 1980 dime signifies that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and in 1980, something significant happened in Philadelphia's coin production. It was the first year that the Philadelphia Mint placed its P mint mark on the dime for general circulation. Prior to this, Philadelphia coins bore no mint mark at all. This alone makes 1980 an important year for numismatics. However, while this first appearance of the P mint mark adds interest, the real reason a particular 1980p dime could be worth millions lies in the rare errors and anomalies that occurred during production. Coin errors can occur in many different ways, and each type has its own appeal to collectors. Some of the most valuable errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, die clashes, broad strikes, wrong planchet strikes, and repunched or missing mint marks. With the 1980p dime, there are known examples where the mint mark was misplaced, doubled, faintly struck, or entirely absent despite being the year when the P was introduced. In some cases, the coin might have been struck using dies intended for other denominations, resulting in a wrong planchet error. Imagine a dime struck on a copper-cent planchet or even on a foreign coin planchet. These types of mistakes create extreme rarity, and when combined with a historically significant year like 1980, the desirability to collectors skyrockets. Another factor is die deterioration or misalignment during the striking process. If a die is misaligned, part of the design may be missing or shifted. In the case of the 1980p dime, there have been reports of dramatic off-center strikes, where the image of Roosevelt's profile is noticeably shifted to one side, revealing a large blank crescent on the other side of the coin. Such coins are visually striking and immediately recognizable as errors, which makes them highly sought after. Then there are double dies, where a slight shift during the die engraving process creates a noticeable doubling of letters, numbers, or parts of the design. A 1980p dime with doubled lettering on the date, the word Liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust" would be an incredible find. The doubling is often visible to the naked eye and adds a layer of fascination to the coin story, but perhaps the most sensational and valuable errors are those that are so rare that only one or two examples are known to exist. For the 1980p dime, there is a famous case where the coin was struck on a planchet intended for a completely different denomination. This error combined with a mint mark anomaly and pristine condition catapulted the value into the millions. The coin in question was graded at a near-perfect mint state by a leading grading service, with sharp details, brilliant luster, and virtually no wear. The combination of condition, rarity, and historical significance made it one of the most desirable modern coin errors ever discovered. Collectors and numismatists often talk about the perfect storm of factors that can make a coin extraordinarily valuable. For the 1980p dime, this storm included the introduction of the P mint mark, the occurrence of rare minting errors, the scarcity of surviving examples, and the intense demand from collectors specializing in Roosevelt dimes and error coins. Demand is a critical component in determining a coin's value. Even the rarest coin will struggle to achieve high prices if there's no demand for it. But in this case, demand is immense. The Roosevelt dime series has a dedicated following, and era coin collectors are always on the lookout for unusual examples that tell a unique story. It's also important to understand how condition impacts value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect coin with no post-mint imperfections visible under magnification. The higher the grade, the more a coin is worth, especially when it comes to modern issues where uncirculated examples are still relatively common. For a 1980p dime to be worth millions, it would almost certainly need to be in the highest grades, such as mint state 68, 69, or even a perfect 70. Achieving such a grade requires not only careful preservation since the moment the coin was minted but also extraordinary luck to avoid even the smallest contact marks or blemishes. Beyond the technical details, there's a human element to this story as well. Many of the most valuable coins in history were discovered by ordinary people in everyday situations. The 1980p dime worth millions could have been sitting unnoticed in someone's change jar, dropped into a vending machine, or handed over at a grocery store. The thrill of discovering such a coin is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's the idea that treasures are still out there, waiting to be found, and that with knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck, anyone could stumble upon a life-changing find. Over the years, stories have surfaced about lucky individuals who discovered rare 1980p dimes in their possession. Some found them while sorting through rolls of dimes from the bank, while others discovered them while searching inherited coin collections. In some cases, the coins were sent to professional grading services for authentication and grading, and when the rarity and error were confirmed, the coins were sold at auction for staggering sums. Auctions play a vital role in determining and publicizing the value of rare coins. When a unique or extremely rare coin comes to auction, it can spark intense bidding wars among collectors, dealers, and investors. The publicity surrounding these sales can further increase demand for similar coins, driving prices even higher. For the 1980p dime, the auction results have cemented its reputation as one of the most desirable modern-era coins, with top examples commanding millions. What's truly fascinating is how small imperfections can turn into such immense value. A tiny shift in a die's alignment, a missing mint mark, or an accidental strike on the wrong planchette can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a numismatic legend. And because these errors are unintentional and often caught quickly during production, only a handful escape into circulation, ensuring their rarity. Another layer to the 1980p dime's appeal is the historical context of coin production in the early 1980s. The US Mint was modernizing its equipment and processes, transitioning from older machinery to more advanced technology. While these improvements generally reduced the occurrence of errors, the transition period sometimes produced unexpected mistakes. This makes error coins from the late 1970s and early 1980s particularly interesting to collectors, as they represent a mix of old and new minting practices. If you were to hold one of these valuable 1980p dimes in your hand, you might be struck by how ordinary it appears at first glance. The magic lies in the details: the subtle doubling of a letter, the slight shift in design elements, the unusual color of the planchette, or the missing mint mark. These small clues are what transform a dime from pocket change into a multi-million-dollar treasure. As we continue exploring this coin, it's worth considering the role of professional grading and authentication. Without the expertise of grading services, it would be easy for valuable errors to go unnoticed or for counterfeits to deceive collectors. Reputable grading services not only authenticate the coin but also assign a grade that becomes a key part of its value. For a coin like the 1980p dime, a high grade from a respected service can make the difference between a modest price and a record-breaking sale. The story of the 1980p dime is also a reminder of the interconnectedness of the coin collecting world. Dealers, collectors, graders, and auction houses all play a role in discovering, preserving, and sharing these treasures. The excitement generated by a rare find often inspires new collectors to join the hobby, fueling the cycle of discovery and appreciation, even if you never find a multi-million-dollar coin in your own. Today's fascinating journey into the world of rare coins, where a simple, ordinary-looking dime can be worth millions of dollars due to extraordinary circumstances. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that's just 10 cents in face value, but somewhere out there, one particular example of that same coin is valued at an incredible $9 million. This is the story of the 2005's D. Roosevelt dime, a coin from the United States Mint that has captured the attention of collectors, enthusiasts, and treasure hunters alike, not because of its age or obvious rarity, but because of the unique set of errors, mistakes, and mint mark anomalies that have made it a legendary piece among numismatists. The world of coin collecting is full of fascinating surprises, and the 2005 D-dime is a perfect example of how even modern coins, still in circulation today, can be hiding stories worth fortunes. When most people think of valuable coins, they imagine ancient gold pieces, old silver dollars from the 1800s, or rare commemorative coins. However, the beauty of numismatics is that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures come from the most ordinary places: your change jar, a forgotten drawer, or a pocket full of coins from the grocery store. The 2005's D. Roosevelt dime is part of the regular coinage produced by the Denver Mint in that year, yet under certain conditions, one of these dimes with specific, unusual errors can skyrocket in value. In this case, the coin's worth isn't about the metal content, which is just a standard copper-nickel clad composition, but about the minting process that went wrong in just the right way to make a rare and highly desirable collectible. To understand why a coin like this could be worth $9 million, it's important to know how coins are made and how mistakes can happen. In 2005, the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities of the U.S. Mint, produced hundreds of millions of Roosevelt dimes. Each dime starts as a blank metal disc, known as a planchette, that goes through a series of mechanical processes, striking with dies, impressing the design, adding the mint mark, and ensuring quality control. The design on the obverse, or front, of the coin features President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a design first introduced in 1946, while the reverse displays a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. Minting errors are unusual and usually caught before coins are released into circulation. However, the minting process is not immune to human error, equipment failure, or mechanical quirks. A few examples of potential errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, misaligned dies, missing elements, incorrect planchets, and anomalies in the mint mark placement. When such mistakes slip through and make it into circulation, they create coins that are essentially one of a kind. The 2005 D-dime that commands such a staggering valuation reportedly exhibits a combination of multiple rare errors, including a dramatic misstrike, unique die flaws, and an extremely unusual mint mark anomaly that has never been documented in other coins of the same year and mint. Collectors are drawn to these coins for several reasons. First, rarity is everything in the numismatic market. The fewer examples there are of a particular error, the higher the value. If the error is not only rare but unique, meaning there is only one known specimen, the value can become astronomical. Second, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role. Mint state, or uncirculated, examples of rare error coins tend to sell for the highest amounts, especially if they are graded and certified by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC. Third, the story behind the coin matters. When a coin has a documented history, a mysterious discovery, or a dramatic set of circumstances around its origin, it becomes more than just a piece of metal. It becomes a piece of living history that people want to own. The 2005 D-dime in question reportedly emerged from circulation in nearly perfect condition, despite being a regular strike coin. Upon close inspection, experts noticed a number of anomalies. The most prominent was an extreme off-center strike, leaving part of the design missing and the reeded edge appearing uneven. Furthermore, there were visible die cracks extending across the obverse, creating unique raised lines in the coin's surface. Most intriguingly, the D mint mark, indicating the Denver Mint, appeared doubled and slightly misaligned, suggesting a hubbing or punch error. In numismatic circles, such a combination of errors in a modern coin is exceptionally rare, as quality control has improved dramatically in recent decades. The fact that this coin escaped detection and made its way into the hands of a collector is almost unbelievable. The valuation of $9 million might sound excessive for a dime, but it is not unheard of in the world of rare coins. Certain coins achieve legendary status, and their sale prices are driven not only by intrinsic rarity but also by collector competition, auction excitement, and media attention. The famous 1933 Double Eagle, for example, sold for over $18 million, and other modern era coins have reached six-figure or even seven-figure prices. In the case of the 2005 D-dime, the story of its errors, combined with its perfect storm of rarity, condition, and uniqueness, has made it a trophy coin for serious collectors. But this story isn't just about one lucky find, it's also a reminder to everyone that treasures might be hiding in plain sight. Millions of Roosevelt dimes pass through cash registers, banks, and pockets every day, and while most are worth only their face value, there are always exceptions. The key to finding them is knowing what to look for. For example, when examining 2005 D-dimes, a collector might pay close attention to the positioning of the mint mark, the clarity of the strike, any signs of doubling, and irregularities in the coin's edges or surfaces. Even minor die cracks or planchette flaws can make a coin interesting, though only the rarest combinations will command astronomical prices. It's also important to note that many error coins are discovered not by professional dealers but by ordinary people. Someone could be sorting coins for a collection, rolling change for the bank, or simply emptying their pocket at the end of the day when they spot something unusual. A slightly off-center design, an unusually shiny finish, or a strange-looking mint mark can be the first clue that a coin is something special. Once discovered, the next step is usually to have the coin authenticated by a reputable grading service, as provenance and certification are critical in the rare coin market. In recent years, stories of extraordinary coin finds have inspired a new generation of collectors to start searching. Social media, online auction platforms, and collector forums have made it easier than ever to share discoveries and learn from others. The 2005 D-dime has become something of a legend in these circles, sparking debates about how such a coin could escape modern minting safeguards and whether there might be more examples out there waiting to be found. This mystery adds to its allure, as the idea of finding another similar coin keeps collectors searching with renewed enthusiasm. The Denver Mint's production in 2005 was vast, and the odds of finding an error of this magnitude among the millions of coins minted are extremely small. Yet history shows us that improbable events do happen. The challenge of the hunt is part of what makes coin collecting so appealing, the possibility that at any moment, a routine coin could turn out to be a life-changing discovery. While most searches will yield only common examples, the thrill of the possibility keeps collectors engaged, and stories like the $9 million 2005 D-dime ensure that the hunt never loses its excitement. For those who want to search for valuable error coins, the most important advice is to be patient, persistent, and educated. Learning to recognize the various types of minting errors, such as double dies, planchette clips, brockages, die clashes, and overstrikes, can greatly improve your chances of spotting something valuable. Keeping up with current auction results and staying connected to collector communities can also provide insights into what's trending in the market and which coins are most in demand. The 2005's D. Roosevelt dime story is a testament to the unexpected treasures that can emerge from the ordinary. It's a reminder that value isn't always about age or metal content but about uniqueness, condition, and the human fascination with owning something that exists in only one or a few examples. As long as coins are made by humans and machines, errors will occur, and as long as errors occur, there will be coins worth far more than their face value, hidden among the billions in circulation. This is just the beginning of the incredible tale of the 2005 D-dime, and as we dive deeper into the nuances of its production year, the Denver Mint's operations, the exact errors reported, and the broader context of rare Roosevelt dime errors, the scope of why this coin is so valuable becomes even clearer. We'll explore not only the mechanical side of minting mistakes but also the human stories of those who find such treasures, the way these coins move through the marketplace, and how they ultimately become the stuff of numismatic legend. The journey into understanding a coin like this isn't just about metal and mint marks, it's about history, chance, and the thrill of discovery that keeps people searching through their change, hoping that lightning might strike twice.